We are live. We'll just give it a second here. Let some people jump on. And let me refresh this. Let's pull up the Facebook page so we can monitor any comments. All right, cool. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great. I got one more month until the baby's supposed to come. So September 24th.
Ooh.
So I'm pumped. I'm pumped. A lot to
Count,
do.
countdown begins. You build the crib yet or what?
Crib is built. I just got the stroller and the car seat. And all we're waiting on is the couch or like the chair to go in a room.
The first time you strap your kid into your car seat, you're in full blown panic mode. You're like, am I doing this right? As the kids say.
Yeah. I'm super pumped though. I had a dream a couple nights ago that she already came and I was holding her and it was cool. But
man, that's awesome.
I'm looking forward to it. So
that is awesome.
But
all right, cool. Well, today we're gonna do some listing reviews, right?
Let's do it. Let's do it. We've got two to go through, but they're one of our mastermind peers, I guess. One of our students, Shane, who just crushes the game. He's got a couple properties in Kissimmee.
This one might be a little biased because Kristen designed this one and it came out sick. So okay. we'll show this one off a little bit.
All right, let's do it. Let me share my screen. But everybody throw in your listing into the comments here. I'm going to throw this listing in here too, but throw yours in so we can review it. And also people can give you likes and hearts and boost your listing up in the Airbnb algorithm. So, but let's get into it.
So I'll let you go first and then I'll piggyback it. The only thing I'll say is I love the first photo. Like, this is freaking sick. Like, it just catches your attention. It's like, whoa, this is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the first thing I do when I'm looking at places, I try and find the right area that I want to be in. But when I dive into these listings, I scroll through like the first 6 pictures.
Yeah.
And the second one looks like it's got a pool. Third one, a hot tub. He's captioning all of his pictures as well. This room is insane. I don't envy whoever put together this little castle here.
He's got a really good handyman. Same thing with doing all that stuff on the ceiling. He did all that and then painted it.
Oh my gosh. What stands out to you in these pictures?
So the bright one, like the design, but like the one, it's good photography. It's bright. I don't love that photo. It's kind of a weird picture of a hallway. I love the layout. The lighting's good. Like the colors just pop, right? So what I found is if you use some of those like turquoise types of colors, if it works, they really pop in photos. That like blue and the turquoise and like these green, they just like bam, like they catch your attention. And if you study marketing at all, right, like any of those ads that you're seeing on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, there's always this something, they call it a pattern interrupt. So like as you're scrolling, boom, like something pops up and just catches your attention. So like having that first photo with those LEDs and those bright lights, it's gonna be like, whoa, like what is that, right? And it'll make you pause for a quick second. And we live in this world of like, I think we have attention spans like shorter than a mouse now or something crazy. It's like 6 seconds or something ridiculous, right? So you got to get people's attention really quick. So those first couple photos and that main photo are crucial to catching people's attention. So like that is going to catch somebody's attention, right? They're scrolling, they're like, what? Like that's awesome, right? Especially if they have kids, obviously. So it's understanding who do you want to serve. So I know Shane, he's targeting families with kids. This is in Kissimmee. It's near Disney. So you've got some nicely designed like living rooms and master bedrooms for the adults, but then you have some really cool kids rooms that are like, wow, these kids are definitely going to love staying in these rooms, with the Frozen theme or a Star Wars theme, or she just did another one that's like a Toy Story theme. Like they pop in photos, but it's also really cool for the kids. So knowing who you want to serve is super, super important. Let's take a look at this listing. So this is a 4-bed. How many baths, Mike? 4-bed.
4-bed, 4-bath.
4-bed,
8 beds.
4-bath. Fully equipped and stock kitchen, extremely safe neighborhood, on-site secured parking, on-site washer and dryer, 1,750 square feet. 9-mile drive to Disney, 10 miles to SeaWorld, 11 miles to the convention center, 15 miles to Universal. So you notice we have this format that we like to put things in bulletproof because it's in bullet format because it's easier for people to scan through and find what's important to them. So you notice one of the first things he mentions is that it's in a safe neighborhood. It's a good area. Again, people are coming with kids. Can they let the kids run around outside? Can they feel comfortable in this area? And then what's next is this is this close to Disney. Like that's what people are going there for is Disney. So like he's going to focus on explaining how close it is to all these different types of attractions and then just giving them the general layout. Because again, with a 4-bedroom house, there's a big difference between a 4,000 square foot house that's 4 bedrooms and a 1,400 square foot house that's 4 bedrooms, right? So he puts it right in the listing, like this is what you're getting. This is what you're getting into. And then he has it broken down. So then you get into the space. It has central AC. It's a gated community. You've got TVs throughout. He's got a pack and play, high chair and stroller that are free to use, which again is great for people with kids. He's got the bedroom layouts in there. He's got starter supplies. I love how we put starter supplies.
Yeah,
I actually just had somebody complain at one of my properties. They're like, we need more paper towels. They've been there for a day and we put it like a jumbo double-sized thing of paper towels. And she's like, can somebody run over and get me paper towels? And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I like how he put starter supplies in here. Community amenities, all sorts of good stuff. Lounge, fitness center, gated entrance, resort style heated pool, beach entry pool is perfect for families with little ones. Again, no daily housekeeping is provided. He's setting the expectations for what they're getting. Now, normally you wouldn't even think of that for, Airbnb, but sometimes you get new folks that are booking these properties for the first time. They may assume if they've only ever stayed in a hotel that they're going to get housekeeping every day. They may not, you know what I mean? It's a totally different ballgame when you're staying at a property like this. I like how he put in the food. Per Florida law, we're not allowed to leave open food items in the fridge or kitchen, closets. Hence, all food items will be removed after the guest checks out. No supply of items such as condiments, Keurig coffee pods will be provided prior to check-in. That might be a little confusing, though. I'm assuming, are you leaving Keurig coffee pods, Shane? That would be a question I would have for him, because I would think you could leave Keurig coffee pods because they're not open. People are going to expect coffee. And it's a little confusing with that.
Yeah.
So let's see. How many amenities does he have ticked off? 42.
42.
Probably good. There may be some new ones. They're constantly adding new amenities. So if you haven't refreshed your listings in a while, you should take a look at that and just see if they've added any new amenities. It used to be like high 20s, low 30s was good. Now if you're not at least at 40, you're probably missing some stuff.
Yeah. There's one little thing that I learned about 2 weeks ago. So it's something new with Airbnb. As you can tell here on this listing, everything is arranged via how Shane put it together, right? However, Airbnb has a new way. So here's a listing that I just put together that is in Brevard, North Carolina, so where we operate, or one area we operate in. And when you click in here, it gives you the property overview. So it gives you the living room, full kitchen, and you can actually, it's like these little thumbnails, you can actually click and go straight down and see what the property looks like. So Airbnb is basically taking the organization of our photos and doing it for us. So something I found that's interesting, I'm trying it out with this property. This one's a newer one for us, but it lays it out in a pretty simple way. So like here's the living room, and then you go into the kitchen. I don't know why bedroom 4 is up first. That's something weird. That's something new. Bedroom 1, 3. to, it's kind of weird how it's laid out,
Hmm.
but it's something new that that Airbnb just implemented. And if you guys want to check it out, let me drag this over here. So here's, if you go to listings, and then I'm going to go to this property, which is the K Chalet Brevard. It's one of our co-hosts. And then you go down to property and rooms. You go into edit, actually rooms and spaces. You go into edit, and then you can pop in the pictures, or actually click on which pictures are for which room. So something, if you want to try it out, you can. I haven't seen too much of a difference on, people liking it, but I have seen it just looks a little bit cleaner when you click on property overview or click into the pictures. So,
It makes it easier for people to get a layout of the space.
yeah. Additional photos at the bottom. So it may work for your property. You may want to keep it kind of like this in this format. You can actually choose which ones go first. So something interesting that I saw.
Okay, cool. I like it. Anything that you would tweak in this one? I want him to test this listing title and see how it does. And then if he needs to tweak it, he can tweak it. I think this pictures are going to speak for themselves. If it's a little more bland, you want to put in more of like what is drawing people to this property, like king beds, pool, all that kind of stuff, like king beds, pool, jacuzzi, or spa, like whatever you want to call it, and just like highlight more of the amenities in the title. For a property like this, I don't think he needs to, because the pictures are going to do the talking for him.
Mm-hmm. Very true. I mean, it looks great. You could add a little bit more into the description of the things that you can do around, or places to go, or if there's like any discounts you can get for Disney or anything like that. But no, I mean, it's solid. It looks pretty good. Get those reviews. Get people in there.
Yeah.
I like one review right now. Amazing place.
Yeah, I think he launched this a few days ago. So those reviews would be coming in. And again, I would expect nothing less. Shane's one of our mastermind students. He's got a bunch of properties now. This is just one of his latest ones. He's got like 4 more that are lined up for the next like 30 days to go live. So I think Jeff posted a listing in the comments. Why don't we get to that one? I think we've only got like 10 minutes left or so.
Yeah.
All right. Aqua Vista.
Love this first picture.
And again, it catches your attention. Like it's like the bright blue sky. It's just like, oh, wow. Like it just pops.
Yeah. This looks like a place I would want to stay.
Yeah. You got your own little private beach there with a dock. Nice decor in here. So the question for you, Jeff, is who are you trying to attract to this property? That would be my question for you, as Mike's scrolling through some of these pictures. And we'll talk through why I'm asking that question. Post in the comments. Let us know who your ideal guest is for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like that picture. That's a cool drone shot.
Yeah, it is. Where's the boat?
Yeah.
This is a screened in little
boathouse.
like dining area. Yeah.
Like it.
That's nice. That's really nice.
I'd be hanging out there. No bugs. Okay,
yep.
Cool. Keep going. I want to see what kids' bedrooms look like. Okay.
So this would be one of the kids' bedrooms.
So it's definitely grand. It kind of has that like older cottagey like vibe. Like it's beautiful. It's new. I know we redid it. But you could tweak. So we said families, moms retreats, not as many kids' bedrooms. Okay. So maybe the main focus isn't on the families then. So the reason I'm bringing that up is you can kind of compare and contrast those two properties, where one of them is definitely geared towards families with those like themed out kids rooms, where this one, not as much. Like you could have a bunch of adults staying in here, or if you want to bring the kids, that's fine. But it doesn't scream as much like families to me as the other listing.
Yep,
Let's take a
for
peek
sure.
at his descriptions.
And if you want to attract more kids, you just take pictures of, you know, little floats, or, you know,
Exactly.
floaties that people can use here, fishing rods if you supply them. One quick little note: there's no captions at all, Jeff, on here. You don't have any captions on any of these pictures. I would throw those in. They look good on mobile devices. They would look good here on the computer too. But just to little things that draw people in to say, oh yeah, I can, you know, fish off the dock on this one, or, you know, for this one, cozy fireplace in Second Master, or Jack and Jill, you know, makeup, whatever, take a nice dip in the tub. Let's see, there was another one. One thing I did notice, your hot tub is in picture number 23. And maybe get a better picture of this hot tub, because you can't really see it, how many people
I wouldn't have
fit
even
in.
noticed it if you didn't say anything, because I was drawn immediately to the view. But yeah, hot tub's a big draw. I know you've invested in hot tubs, and it's been a good investment for you. So definitely want to showcase that.
But get some captions in there. Maybe take some better pictures of that hot tub. If it's a nice space, and if it's people, like if you want to attract hot tub people, typically they pay a little bit more, and they're looking like they're checking that box for the hot tub. So, like for instance, it's the first picture on one of my properties. I'll share it real quick. Like this is the first picture. So it kind of pops and stands out a little bit.
Yeah. I love the string lights too. It just gives it that extra like mood flair.
Yeah. Sauna. That's pick 3. Movie theater. It's pick 4.
Yeah. Showing a lot of like the cool aspects of the house right out the gate.
Yeah. So
let's check out his descriptions.
The description. Yeah. Ooh. And this is it's making my eyes sore a little bit.
Yeah. So Jeff, you want to rework this a little bit? I'm sure it reads great, but I'll be honest, I'm not reading it. Most people aren't going to read it. So you want to put it in bullet format. I know a lot of hosts put a ton of time writing this like beautiful short story in here. Majority of people are not. They want to get in and out. We've got short attention span. So it's like they're looking for certain things. So it'd be like bullet points of like, you know, private beach, private dock, hot tub, screened in pool house, boom, 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 boom. You know, looks like you're giving them kayaks and all that stuff. Like include all that stuff in there so that it highlights, you know, what people are looking for.
Yeah. I mean, I would almost take Shane's property and copy it, and then add in your amenities. But you know, you probably won't have this stuff. But you know, you want to say fully equipped, stock kitchen, and then all your amenities in there. But then break out.
You may want to put in there like how close you are to a grocery store, because it looks fairly secluded. So in my head, like I want to plan on, all right, I'm going to do a quick grocery run. How far is the grocery store? Should I plan that on the way there? Or, you know, can I run out real quick to the grocery store to grab food and whatever? Just so people know, because it does look fairly secluded, which is great. But just giving them a heads up of like how close some stuff is too for them.
Yeah, that's huge. And that's a reminder for me too. I think one of the most popular questions we get is where should we pick up groceries beforehand?
Yeah.
And I think I'll put that in the listing for sure, and maybe even in the pre-check-in messages.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I think those little tweaks, Jeff, those will help you attract a little bit more guests, or not have as many questions. I don't know how many questions you're getting right now, but I know a lot of people just kind of see this and be like, let me just ask them.
Yeah, exactly. One other thing, Jeff, how long has this property been live? Because I see you've got a 5-star review, which is great, but you've only got 9 reviews. So how many reservations have you had? because I'm betting you're not following up enough for reviews if it's been open for a while. So we send at least 2 messages asking for reviews. Obviously, if the guest had an issue, I'm not asking them for a review, but we've got auto messages set up. So you've been open since June. Have you had more than 9 reservations? That would be the question, because I see a lot of folks that they've had a property up and running for a while, but they only have like 10 reviews, and I'm like, you got to ask. People aren't just going to do it. People tend to want to leave a review if they have a bad experience. So you got to and you've got message templates, Jeff, in the mastermind group that are in there that'll automatically go out to make sure that you're getting those reviews, because that's the lifeblood of your business. You're one shy of a superhost status, which I believe ends in it would be October 1st would be the next evaluation period. So you got a little bit of time, but you definitely want to hit that superhost come October. So you noticing anything with the amenities? Yeah, he's got 59.
Yeah, compared to Shane's 42. So
do you have a carbon monoxide monitor in there? Because I notice it's X'd out, which for some super safety conscious parents, that might deter them.
Mm-hmm.
If you have it, I would just tick it off. But overall, it looks good. I think it's a beautiful property.
Yeah, I bet it's making some money.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. Holly Lake Ranch, Texas. Let's see where this place is.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up.
I don't know how close Dallas is. It's kind of hard to tell here, but it looks like East Texas, and it looks close to just about nothing. And it's got 5-star reviews. It's a beautiful property. I'm sure it's cash flowing pretty well. So
yeah.
And you don't have to be in big resort towns, or you don't have to be in Galveston, Texas, or Dallas, or the big cities. People like getting out and getting away in these type of experiences. So
100%. Well, hopefully you guys got some value out of checking out a couple different listings. If you guys want more listing reviews, let us know in the comments. Post your listings in there. Mike and I are happy to do more listing reviews for folks that are already up and running, and give you some constructive feedback to help you tweak and maximize your exposure and your profitability, and honestly provide a better guest experience. So Mike, do we know what we got on tap for next week? And also make sure you guys checked out Mindset Monday from yesterday. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a great one. Let's see what we got for next week. And if you guys have any suggestions, let us know. When to hire and how to hire an assistant for your short-term rental business. So,
this is timely, Mike.
This is very timely. Very timely for us. We just hired our first assistant in Sean, who's been awesome in the 4 days he's been on board. So thank you for helping me find him. But how many do you have now for your business?
I have 4 full-time.
Yeah.
4 plus a couple local people. So
yeah.
Actually, no, 5 if I include JM.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and the first one's always the scariest. So we'll definitely talk about that next week. I kind of needed to give you that kick in the ass to get you to do it, because there's this fear of the unknown, but you're never going to be able to get to that next level and maintain the freedom that you're looking for without bringing on help. It's just, our systems are tight. Like, we teach it through the mastermind and accelerator, all the different softwares and the technology to automate. But as you add more and more units, that little 5% of your time goes to 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and it keeps expanding as you add more and more units. So you got to bring on help at some point and help pull yourself back out of the operations and back into the CEO seat. So we'll be talking about that next week. That'll be a real good one. So if you're at, 4, 5, 6 listings at this point, it's time to start thinking about bringing on some help with a virtual assistant. So
yeah, for sure. We're at 9 and just hired our first. He's the systems that we have are awesome. And then that was the main reason why I didn't think we needed one. But I'm so glad that we that we decided to hire one, because he's helped out a lot in the last 3 or 4 days. Now that we have, we went from 5 listings to 9 listings in the same month, and it's a whole different
Basically
ballgame.
doubled the portfolio. Pretty close.
Yeah. So I'm excited to talk about that next week. I can provide my experience, and then how you helped as well. And hopefully it adds value to you guys. And if there's any other topics you want to talk about, let's post them in the comments, or DM me, DM Mike. We just want to add as much value as we can. So thanks
100%.
for tuning in, Mike and Mike on Tuesdays.
I love it. All right. We got to jump to the mastermind call, but everybody, thanks so much. Have an awesome week, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care, everybody.